What's up, guys? Anthony Rodriguez here. Welcome to the third video series of the Soundtracksuite Volume 1. And if you have stuck with me in this series, thank you so much for hanging out. The third track for the Soundtrack Suite Volume 1 is Beginning of Time. And we're going to continue to speak about the process of the soundtrack. So the process of this soundtrack was thinking the process of the world being in a dark place. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And just with that one, really kind of picture the whole situation. And we go into chapter 2, verse 2, and the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters. So, from there, we go from there, let there be light, let there, night and day was created, all that stuff. So it's biblical. And I took that verse as a script, and composed to it, used my imagination. And I'm using Dolby Atmos, the Dolby Atmos mix to show you guys. I have it in playback mode for 2.0 direct, which means you can hear the Atmos mix with any system. So you'll be able to hear any movements, if there are any movements, within this mix. So let's get to it. Let's go right into the beginning. In the beginning, I have some pads. You can hear it's just a beginning. You can feel the movement. So we have some sound moving within the mix. Something celestial, something holy. And I have it moving within the sound field. So now we have the cello. So you can see I have constant movement happening. This is pretty cool because I have the actual instrument moving in the sound field. Typically, you're not supposed to do those things. You're supposed to put an instrument, just place it. But I was just very experimental. That's the cello moving. I have the choir in the back. This is a whole violin section, the string section actually. I have the brass moving up and down, which is unheard of to do. And actually have it moving as well. This is unheard of. You're not supposed to do these things. It just felt great to do it. And my favorite part is the percussion. The percussion I kept on the bed. There's not much happening. I just wanted to keep it on the bed. So for those that don't know, the bed in the Atmos world is the actual speakers that you see in a room. The green balls that you're seeing, they're called objects. So the objects are basically metadata of where you place it in the sound field and then in the box you'll see them moving or placed anywhere. And then the job of the speakers, which is the bed, is to actually to make that metadata come to life. And so wherever you put it, whatever the size of the room is, those speakers work not only to give you the sound of whatever is in the bed already, but also to form a signal where the metadata is actually being played and placed in the space that you're in physically. So it just works hand in hand. For example, if I have an object between the left and right speakers in the middle top, like around there, the job of those two speakers or surrounding speakers is to make that sound happen. It takes that information. So everything happens within this Dolby Atmos renderer. So this is pretty much like the engine of that. So Dolby Atmos does not exist without this, without the renderer. So this is the external render. So this is how I'm able to use my imagination with beginning of time, making movements happening. So in this particular mix, aside from the stereo mix, so the stereo mix is just a stereo mix, but the Atmos mix, I actually have things moving around. I have the cello playing moving around. It's not even a reverb that's moving around. It's just the cello playing. And in this mix, if I take you to the most busy part, if you look at my Dolby Atmos reverb sent or channel, the reverb, everybody's feeding into that. So this is actually my very first Atmos mix, and I had a blast doing it. This is pretty fun. So you can hear everything. So you can hear everybody in that same reverb space. But what I did was, I used the vision for this one. I used the instruments to move. And I'm not talking about a synthesizer sound. That's obvious that you can move it. But an instrument that's meant to stay in one place, I broke that rule and I made it move around. So it's very creative, and this is what Dolby Atmos is. It gives us the creativity to do whatever we want, as long as it makes sense to you as a creator, as the producer. And that is beginning of time. So as you heard some woodwinds. So yeah, so in this particular one, the reverbs are all sent as Dolby Atmos reverb. So like the other songs, you'll hear like reverbs on a certain spot, because that was the intention. The intention with this one is just to put the reverbs as all Atmos reverbs and have instruments moving around, because that is the creation process, the beginning of time. So we're just moving things nice and smoothly, as you can hear. And again, this is in 2.0 direct, so you can that is the Atmos mix. So when I stop it, you're gonna hear the reverb in the whole sound field. Did I even have reverb on this? Let's see. Yeah. And that's pretty much that. I actually in this mix is what I'm starting to notice. There are no sense to objects. I placed everything according to the channel. So if you look at the piano bed, I have it straight left and right. The strings, I have it straight left and right. The choir, I have them like in the back. I have the brass. Let me see. I have the brass a little bit forward, which is pretty interesting. I have the percussion left and right. Horns are in object mode in the back, a little bit towards the middle, as you can see here. Pretty interesting as well. Pretty interesting choice, Anthony. And the pads are moving around. So you can see my my Atmos panner. I have them enlarged to about 35%. The pads are constantly moving. And then the woodwinds are also in object form, just left and right. I don't think they're moving. So it's a pretty basic mix, but the idea is that I've chosen to have instruments move around because it's a creation process. It's the beginning of time. So that is the beginning of time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. You can actually listen to this in Dolby Atmos on Apple Music, Amazon Music, on Tidal, and with your Dolby Atmos devices, AirPod Maxes, Sonos Ace, any headphone that has Atmos spatial audio capability, also with sound bars that have Dolby Atmos capability. And I'm super excited to have shared this with you. It's my Atmos mix of Beginning of Time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.